So I'm giving away these 2 mobile gamepads. All you need to do is look in the description below and subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. So without wasting any time, I'll be testing the GPD XP, which has the Helio G95 inside it. So I'll be testing the maximum frame rate by setting the games to the highest settings to see how well this device can run the games. So firstly, I'll do an ASMR unboxing of this. You can skip this if you want. So the first game I'll be testing is PUBG Mobile. So let's see how well this device runs it. Just to know that this device has a fan inside it, so it would run games much better than devices with the Helio G95. Here is the maximum fan noise if you're interested to hear. So I've set PUBG Mobile to the highest graphics this device could handle. So this is the highest graphics, which is HD, and the highest frame rate possible. And here is how the game runs in the lobby. As you can see here, there are 30 frames per second running in the lobby, with sometimes going to 29. It also runs at 30 frames per second when in the plane, but when you jump from the plane, it does dip to 27, but that's normal because the game is loading its assets. So the game maintains this 30 frames per second also when landing, so the game will run smoothly and you'll enjoy playing with this device. But I did notice a problem of a green frame appearing when playing PUBG Mobile only. So I don't know what this is and I hope it's fixed. As for Call of Duty Mobile, the GPD XP can run the game at the maximum frame rate when choosing the high settings. So when entering a multiplayer match, the game maintains a solid 60 frames per second. This is also maintained when you're fighting enemies, shooting and seeing explosions, for example, so this is really good. The game runs better than PUBG Mobile on this device and you would have a lot of fun with this because you can play with the controller. As for the new Battle Royale mode, which is Blackout, the game runs at 60 frames per second when you're in the lobby. But when the match actually starts and the game starts to load its assets, you can see the frame rate dipping to 40 frames per second and even 28 at some points. But this doesn't matter because you're still landing and the game's still loading its assets. So it is clear after you land and all the assets has been loaded, you can see the game will run at 40 frames per second, sometimes dipping to 35 and sometimes going to 50. So how about Genshin Impact? I know this game is still popular for some people. I don't play it myself, but here I'm testing it for you. And as you can see here, the game runs consistently at 30 frames per second. There are no graphics settings in this one, so this runs at the native graphics that the game came with, and 30 frames per second sometimes dips to 29, which is really good and you can play with the controller. Now we go ahead and try Fortnite. This game has been getting a lot of hate lately, but I do like the game sometimes and I'll play it. So as you can see, I'm running the game at 30 frames per second at the high settings and left the 3D resolution at 70. In the lobby, at most times, the game runs at 30 frames per second, but sometimes dipping to 28 frames per second. And even with running around and swinging the axe, you still maintain that frame rate, which is really good, and the native controller is supported with this game. I faced an issue with this device in Fortnite. Whenever I try to land, it says I'm using VPN or using something else and thinks I'm cheating. So if someone knows how to fix this issue, please let me know or comment it below. So now I'm going to try some cloud gaming services to see if the built-in controller is supported and if there is any input lag when trying those. So the first one I tried here is the Xbox Game Pass. As you can see here, the game I'm playing is Battlefield 1. There is no lag at all and the controller has no input lag. The native controller which comes with the device is supported, there's no problems there. So the next one I'm trying is Google Stadia, and I'll be playing Destiny on this device because this is the only one I have in this service. As you can see here, the game runs quite smoothly and there's no input lag. You will see some lag here. This is because of my network. I'm sitting quite far from the router, so this is the only lag that happened, but there's no input lag and the controller is supported fully, so you'll have fun playing Stadia. And the last one I'm trying is one of my favorites, GeForce Now. Of course, it's just the fastest one and the smoothest one out of all. As you can see here, I'm playing Apex Legends and the game has no lag at all. And the native support for the controller, the native controller is supported as well. So you'll have so much fun playing GeForce Now on this device. So that's it for this video. If you're interested in seeing this device running emulators, please comment it below so I could know to make a video and post it for you guys. This was the gaming test of the GPD XP, an Android gaming device. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like the channel, subscribe, and peace.